Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to week 3 of English 410. We've got a lot of great work ahead of us this week, and so I want to jump right in with our calendar here. So as you take a look at our excellent Canvas calendar, yesterday you read Ethos and Error, a really interesting article I hope you guys enjoyed. And then we are starting work on our article summary analysis. So this is one of the big assignments in the class that helps us build toward our big project at the end. So a lot of the things you're going to find we're doing in this class are scaffolding. So it's creating layer upon layer of structure so that by the time we get to the final big project, it doesn't feel like we're biting off more than we can chew. We've done a lot of the groundwork already, so we have a solid foundation from which to build that major final project. And summary and analysis are part of that skill set we need to be successful later on. So we're going to be practicing those things this week. So you're going to be working on your summary analysis assignment. So I'm going to link us there. The great thing about these calendars is that it links you right to the assignment, which is lovely. So if we follow into our assignments here, this is one of those 100-point assignments, so of course worth spending a little bit of time on. What you're going to be asked to do is summarize and analyze the main points of Ethos and Error, which you read yesterday. If you didn't, now is a great time to start, right? This article is by Larry Beeson, and he interviewed 14 managers and other business professionals and learned that there are some types of writing errors that are particularly bothersome or that really interfere with the reader's understanding. And these kind of things are especially essential in professional communication, right? If we know something's a problem, we absolutely want to avoid it, right? And so Ethos and Error gives us a nice picture of those most common errors, why they interfere with people's understandings, why they're particularly bothersome, because we know that institutions outside of academia, businesses and stuff, spend a lot of money training people to write better and more effectively. In fact, there was a case a couple years back where a dairy company lost millions of dollars because a comma was misplaced in a contract. That's crazy, right? So we do not want to be the person who misplaced a comma and cost a company $1 million, right? Because I'm pretty sure that person doesn't have a job anymore. So we want to make sure that we are very specific in our language and we're avoiding common pitfalls in writing. So I've got everything you need linked for you here. You can download and print the article. Sometimes it's nice to underline those ideas. You don't have to print it, though. You can definitely do it all digitally if you want to. And then here is the APA format for a summary analysis paper. Highly recommend you download that and just follow it completely in terms of structure, because that's going to get you the most points in that category of the rubric on this assignment. And do make sure to include your citation, which I've kind of given for you here. You're welcome. So check that out. Introduction, we have a particular structure for this assignment. I do want to go over that real quickly for you here. The introduction is going to be 1 paragraph long. Traditionally, our paragraphs are about 5 to 7 sentences long, so do make sure to give it the kind of depth that it needs. Oftentimes, these introductory paragraphs get too short, is the major common struggle with these. So try and expand it out at least 5 to 7 sentences. Want to open with a question or an interesting fact from the article itself. We want to make sure that we're introducing the title and the author to contextualize the kind of analysis that we're doing. We want to briefly state what the article is about in 1 or 2 sentences. Think of that as like the movie trailer for the movie. The movie's 2 hours long, the trailer is 2 minutes long, right? So how do you condense something big into something much, much smaller? Go ahead and try and do that here. And then you want to present your thesis. Yes, this does have a thesis. You thought maybe you got out of that after you were done with English 101 or 102. But the thesis will come back and get you all the time. So it's good to continue practicing it. And that thesis should be the last sentence of the paragraph. And you want to present your argument. Like, what are some of the assertions and key concepts of this article? Then you want to go ahead and go into the summary of your article. I did include a summary plan for you to get you started if you need a little help there. We want to aim for 1 or 2 paragraphs. Medium length, they don't have to be huge, but we do want to make sure that we're encapsulating all of the major ideas. So we want to discuss the topic and purpose or the goal of the study. We want to talk about the methods they used. How do they go about gaining data? 3, describe the results. we've got a couple different ways to do that here. There were questionnaire results and interview results. These are two different kinds of data points, and so we want to make sure that we're acknowledging both of those, as well as then wrapping it up with a discussion and implications. So what kind of implications does this study have for us, for the business world in general? And we want to make sure that we have some kind of hook that grabs our readers' attentions, because summaries sometimes are a little dull, and so we want to make sure that we're really getting people engaged with our topic. And I've included some examples for you here. Then we move into the analysis of the article, and we want to make sure that we're using all elements of reasoning in Richard Paul's The Critical Thinking Wheel. This is a big part of analysis and something that most experts in the field turn to when they're trying to think about how do we break down major ideas and how do we make sure that we've addressed all the components. This critical thinking wheel is one of the tools that these experts turn to. So I want to provide it for us as well. I want to make sure that we're analyzing the reasoning used in this article, and you're going to write about the elements in any order that makes sense to you. Like, you don't have to start here and then go clockwise, right? Any order works. Aim for 2 or 3 paragraphs, 6 to 8 sentences. We want to have these a little bit more fleshed out than the 5 to 7 sentence introduction. And then consider following the APA format and the sample paper that I've included above for you. So lots of good information here. This wheel actually really helpful as we're organizing our ideas. So please use that tool as we move forward. Next, we move into the assessment of the article. Is this article any good? Does it serve a purpose? Does it educate? Does it help people do better at their jobs? Was it too detailed? Are there points of criticism that we can bring up? And so this is our assessment. We provide this assessment, but we want to avoid first-person language as we assess the article. So we wouldn't say, I think Beeson's article is good because of A, B, and C. We would say Beeson's article is good because of A, B, and C. We just take the first-person language, that I, me, or my language, out, because it lowers the academic tone and makes it more about like, oh, these are my thoughts and feelings, as opposed to like, and as an expert who's now read this article and wants to discuss it. That kind of approach. So you can kind of feel the tone difference. We don't want this to be a conversation among friends. We want it to be a more hierarchical approach of somebody with knowledge talking to somebody and telling them things maybe they don't know yet. And so you want to have that elevated tone in your approach as well. And then finally, you're going to include references. You do need to at least cite. Wow, guys, it's not even Monday. I do need you to cite the ethos and error article. So do make sure that that is in APA format citation for you there. If you quote the article directly, do include in-text citations as well. Lots of great resources provided for you here. There are more in the modules tab as well to help you get started with summary. As always, if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help. This is due on Sunday, so you've got some time to work on it. It is a larger assignment. There are many components, so do make sure to pace yourself. But reach out with questions, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.